do the rear brakes on this Ultra Classic. Alright, here's your rear caliper. To do this caliper is not coming off of here. All we're going to do is loosen these two pins, loosen the bleeder screw. I'm not going to let the fluid go back to the master cylinder. I'm just going to let the fluid come out here. Because what we're going to do is, once we loosen these up and loosen this up, we're going to push the pistons back in, and these pads should pop right out without having to take this caliper off. Okay, that one's all the way out. And that one's all the way up. Okay, take the cover off the bleeder screw. A little rubber boot if you have it. Use a putty knife or something that's not going to scratch your rotor to push the pads or the pistons back in. This bike does not have ABS, so I'm not worried about air and stuff getting in it. With the ABS bikes, especially the newer bikes, you do have to follow certain procedures so you don't get air in the system, because they're a nightmare to bleed. The way they're made now, you need a computer to bleed them. It's ridiculous, but it's difficult to do the newer bikes. The bleeders, just gonna open it up and leave it open. All right, now the bleeder's open. I'm gonna take the screwdriver and I'm just gonna push the pads back into the caliper, which will push the pistons back in. All right, I'm not worried about the brake fluid. Like I said, I'll wash this all out later. Being careful not to scrape the rotor. Now right here, you can get in here and get the tabs on the pad and you can just push it back. Once we get the pads and the pistons pushed back in, we're gonna go ahead and slide these out. I'm gonna take out the bottom pin first. We're gonna pull this out just enough to get that back pad out. And there we go. Now leave it in there because it'll hold the front pad. This back pad should slide right out of there. Now, I want to show you, when you take it out, remember how it goes back in. All right? The back pad is the one with the two ears on it. So don't forget, so you can put the new ones back in the same way. Now I got the front pad here. I'm going to pull the pin, and this one should slide out. And there's the outside pad. Remember, again, this one's different. It's got a square tab on it or a rectangle tab. So don't forget. If you mix these up, they're not going to fit in the caliper. And that's basically all you do to get those out of there. It's real simple. There is an anti-rattle clip inside here. It shouldn't fall out. I'm going to quickly spray the caliper down with some brake clean. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm not putting grease or anything on the back of these. Simple fact is, I've said it before if you watch my videos, grease tends to attract dirt and grime, and it can cause issues in the, over time. So I just leave these, I put them on dry. So this is the front pad or the outer pad. We're going to get this in place first, and then we're going to put the holding pins in. And there we go. All right, so this one's in. Now we gotta get that one lined up. Now this is gonna be the fun part. Getting that second one lined up. There we go. Okay. It's pretty tight because the anti-rattle clip puts a lot of pressure on those pads. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the inside pad. I'm gonna pop these out a little bit. Okay, same thing, we're gonna slide it in the back. Okay, now we slide that pad all the way up in there. And let's get that lined up. There we go. So once you get that in, get your socket. Do it by hand, all right? All right, now we're done. We're gonna close the bleeder up. Just snug it, that's all. The brake pads are installed, and we're done with the rear brake pad installation. All you got left to do is bleed the system, and I'll show you that in another video. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Please feel free, to share and like the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I, for one, appreciate your support. Thank you. Keep the rubber on the road. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.